Arinco partnered with global leading law firm MinterEllison as they sought to lead the way in AI innovation in the legal industry by demonstrating value with their pioneering legal advice generator. In this case study, we uncover the pivotal opportunities and motivations driving MinterEllison. Hi, I'm Ian Pod. I'm an account executive at Arinco, and I'm here to introduce you to Ken today.
Hi, I'm Ken Porter, Director of Automation and Client Solutions here at MinterEllison.
Thanks for joining us today, Ken. Before we get into the details of the project, perhaps you could share with us a bit about MinterEllison's mission and vision.
Sure, Ian. Thanks for having me. So here at MinterEllison, we're what we call a full-service law firm, meaning that we practice all areas of law, except for family law and criminal law. We're a purpose-led organisation, and the purpose of our organisation is to create sustainable value for our clients, our people and our communities. And we're also very much focused on the values of excellence, curiosity and collaboration. So I've mentioned all of these things because when it comes to the context of this project, the values of curiosity and collaboration were really important because we were looking at this new technology and how we would use it, and also collaborating with our teams and also with Arinco to define something that would have impact and value for our people and our clients.
So partnering with MinterEllison, we see a values-driven approach here, and looking in the world of AI, it's an opportunity to become market-leading within law. Could you tell us a bit more about the project in itself in that respect?
Sure, Ian. So I guess given our value of curiosity, which I mentioned, we've been considering how generative AI can be applied to work across our law firm since the early times when it became accessible in the market. We've been exploring different use cases, but we wanted to prioritise something that would have broad application for our users across the business and also have impact for our clients as well. So the concept of taking the firm's IP in the form of curated content, which our lawyers would generate, and then drafting a client deliverable, in this case in the form of a legal advice, was something that we knew would be used widely by our professionals across the firm, regardless of their areas of practice. And that formed the basis of this solution we built with Arinco called the Advice Generator. So whether that content would be drafted by a junior lawyer, or in this case by technology, the deliverable would always still be reviewed by a senior lawyer before it's delivered to a client. So this approach allowed our professionals to maintain full accountability for that deliverable, regardless of the involvement in the technology, whilst we also were able to generate efficiencies for our firm and for our clients. So to help us achieve this, we needed to augment the skill sets that we had in our team, and we did so by engaging with a partner like Arinco to help us do that.
Hi everyone, my name's Clancy and I'm a consultant with Arinco. Recently I've been working with MinterEllison on their Advice Generator project. So the MinterEllison Advice Generator integrates Azure OpenAI and Azure AI Search using a retrieval augmented generation pattern to enable the creation of legal advice letters. This technical approach ensures that Advice Generator is precise in generating advice letters that are based on cited legal references. Hosted on Azure, Advice Generator leverages Azure's infrastructure and comprehensive security measures, safeguarding operations and data against potential threats. The system operates within an Azure private network, isolating it from the public internet. This private networking setup is crucial for ensuring that sensitive information processed by the system remains confidential and secure from external users and threats. Access control is managed through Azure Entra ID, aligning with stringent security protocols. This method of authentication allows us to maintain controlled access, ensuring that only enabled individuals or teams can access the system. Together, we've created a secure, efficient, and reliable system for generating legal advice letters by leveraging OpenAI's pioneering GPT models in conjunction with Azure's trusted technology to generate, protect, and manage sensitive legal information.
We developed the solution to mimic the behaviour of a junior lawyer who's been given the research content and received instructions from a senior lawyer. We needed to manage how the model behaved with content and instructions and ensure that it was predictable in its response. We also wanted to make it simple for the end users so they could just select the relevant content and instruct the tool in plain English to draft or revise a legal advice. Importantly, the tool returns a draft with citations so they can cross-reference what's been drafted back to the research content. There's also a thought process feature that the lawyers can use to click on and see how the model arrived at its conclusions, how it took that information to create the draft advice. This means the user has full transparency on the tool's behaviour and they can be fully accountable for what has been drafted. Transparency, along with data privacy and security, are some of the firm's responsible AI principles. As we move through user acceptance testing, we're now looking at how we can adapt the tool to fit other use cases, and we're also developing ways so that the users can manage their content more flexibly.
Yeah, so we've really enjoyed partnering with MinterEllison and showcasing the innovation around AI and taking that holistic approach across the board with MinterEllison, from not just looking at IT teams but actually looking within the business itself. We're really proud to see the MinterEllison Advice Generator and the innovation around AI, and what normally takes lawyers hours across multiple domains reduced down to seconds, 30 seconds or less. This is pretty transformative, right? So what else do you see in that space from a transformation standpoint?
Yeah, sure, Ian. So as you alluded to, for this project, we put together a fusion team to tackle the approach. So that means beyond just Arinco and our team working together, we also had a nominated partner from the business and his legal team involved to actually help us design the solution and how it would work. And that's helped us achieve a really positive response from the business. And in turn, through some demos to the business, we've had a lot of other teams requesting access to the tool, which is great. We're currently working on another round of enhancements, which will take us through to a production version of the tool. And once we do that, then we're really in a position where we hope to be able to actually release it to all of our legal professionals across the firm, which is a big step. There's been some really clear efficiencies due to the performance and the reliability of the tool. And we of course want that to benefit not only the firm, but for our clients as well. And we're also looking at ways in which the capability can be used not just to generate those efficiencies, but also used as a training tool for our junior lawyers as well.